Good day. Today I'm going to show you how to repair Frigidaire Gallery control board. This is the same control board that I removed from my freezer that I replaced with the bad control board with the new one. So I posted the video. I'll leave the link for the video if you like to see how the control board is replaced on Frigidaire Gallery freezers. This motherboard looks okay to me. I checked it from from the continuity point of view, from the short point of view. So the chips look fine to me. I checked the other chip. So still I see that there's nothing wrong with the chip. Chips look okay to me. Let's come to the MOSFETs, and MOSFETs are fine too. Let's come to the main brain of the board, and yeah, look on the main current. This is ground, and let's check if anything is short. No, so this is not short. So the motherboard looks okay to me. I couldn't find any burnt component here. And one of the key thing is when you are repairing any electronics, first of all see if anything is burned out, any sign of damage, any sign of cold spots, cold solders. So this main control board looks okay to me, but still is not working. The issue was they was giving a minus 4 sign, and when you tap like this it start working. Seems like there's something is loose or something is wrong. So my focus comes to the relays, because relays has a coil inside it, and they which make and break connection. So I just like start shaking and seeing if so did you hear any sound? So this sound is coming from the relay. Relay number is G5Q-1A, is required DC 12 volt. Company is Amaron. Of this relay from Google, and if you see this relay is G5Q10A, and this is how we read how this relay number works. So G5Q is the main code for this relay. One is number of pole, and this relay is 1A, is mean this is one pole, and then 2 the second number, 2 over here is is a single pole or is a double pole. Then is the rating, number 4 is rating, and then there are similarly other numbers represent different thing, is a market code. This relay basically, if you look further how the connections are, how the connections are made. So there are 4 prongs. 2 prongs they works together, and 2 other prongs they work as a switch, and this switch is normally open. So it's very difficult to test on the main board if something is wrong with this switch. Before we replace, one thing I forgot to tell you guys when I was looking on the data. Data shows me that this relay is good for 8 to 10,000 cycles. What the mean is that uh, when you start using your freezer, when it was brand new, it mean that this will good for 10,000 cycles. I just made a very quick math. If the freezer turn on and off 8 times a day, is mean in a year this relay operated about 2900 times, which shows me the relay life is good for 4 years, 3 to 4 years. So after 4 years you expect that this relay uh, will go bad at any time. So this exactly happened when I searched, and I found that most of the time uh, people replace this motherboard when their freezers stop working, and specifically uh, this the freezer which I have it, Frigidaire Gallery, a upright freezer. I heard this complaint from so many other people. So instead that you replace the motherboard and spend $200-300, you can easily replace uh, this replace this relay and use the main motherboard. So let's start how to replace this one, and then at the end we will try to do a post-mortem of this relay. We will cut it and we will remove and see what is inside. Okay, let's start uh, replacing the relay. So first of all we have to remove the uh, bad relay. You need. Okay, so if you see there are holes now, and the relay has been removed. Now we are gonna clean up. The relay has been removed, so we're gonna put the new relay and solder it. Okay, so the relay uh, is soldered, and we are going to test if looks fine. All the connections are good. Yes, yep, this looks good. Yep. So this is how we replace uh, the relay, and now this motherboard is good to use. Very easy, simple steps. You just have to be careful that you are not going to damage any other part during the relay replacement. Relay itself is also very delicate. do not overheat. Make sure that you set your soldering gun to the lower temperature as much as possible. Okay. Uh, Next step, let's do the postmortem of this relay that we just removed it. Okay, I'm trying to cut this with a knife, but I am getting hard time. So I think I should be using my rotary tool to cut this. Okay. So it's built very strongly. Okay. Still not able to take the stuff out. Okay, here you go. So if you see, the coil part is fine, no problem, but the connector part, so I believe that this part uh, was not in place, and this part was producing noise. So this was the one that was making make and break connection, this little part. But because during taking out from the case, I broke everything. Unfortunately, I cannot assess that what was wrong with this one. Okay, I see the connectors, looks good, but only this part, when I removed it, it was not in place. So I think this was the one that was dislodged and creating the problem to make connection. And when we were tapping the board, like this, so it was making connection, and freezer was working. In this one, I do not hear anything. So we'll test it, and in the freezer, and we'll find out either this is working or not. Okay, guys, thank you very much watching this video. If you like the video, please press like and subscribe the channel